Hey Pat, this is Daniel from Josh and Danny SEO. So we're going to take a quick look at your website, see what's going on, and see what we can do. So I don't see any logo for you over here. Typically, you want to have that in the top left page, top left corner of the page. Now, if you don't have a logo, that's awesome. You can simply go over to, actually, no, here it is. I would probably have this, like I said, in the top left corner over here. This blue line you don't really need. Fax, email is good, Facebook is fine, but honestly, I would put that all the way in the bottom of the page. Now, all of this, you can have interior, flooring, drywall, molding, all of them under one thing called services and have it as a drop down menu. So people can come here, hit the drop down menu, see what's there, and then they can click on the one they want. This is great. It's click to call, and maybe put it next to the contact us so you remove an entire blue line here. But anyway, scrolling through, this doesn't disappear, but that's fine. Pat's Home, choose family owned. Everyone loves family owned, by the way, so that's great. Make the most of your home. Interior painting services, flooring services, drywall services, molding installation services. Unfortunately, you're not really talking about what it is you're offering, right? Like the services you're offering, right? I love free estimates, 15% discount to repeat customers. That's great. Applying our 10 plus year experience to your project. And then kind of just going through it, rewarding repeat customers. It seems to be, a big thing to do. It's fine. I like this as well. But again, we're not talking about what it is. Like residential, commercial painting services, flooring services. Are you getting tired of your current floor? Does it have too much stains on it? Does it, not really, does it make your home seem darker than it should be? Well, hey, guess what? We have this beautiful new floors that can make you feel like you're walking into a brand new home as if you just bought it on your sale date. Stuff like that. People really appreciate stories. And then, but there's nothing down over here. Obviously, you do have this thing called menu, but the bottom over here is a little bit non-existent. So you definitely want to take a look at that. But you do have, it's solid. You have, obviously you have a website built, so there's stuff there. One thing I would say to add is Google is really strict about content. They want to see about 1,500, 2,000 words of content on your homepage alone, um, in order for you to start really getting to the top over there. But let's take a look behind the scenes, see what Google's kind of looking at over here. So there's not a lot I can say because there's no information about your website, and that can be one of two things. It can be either you've never really put any effort into your website, or you just built it. And if you just built it, then that makes a little bit more sense. It might take a little bit longer to rank for something, but still, there's nothing here. So let's take a look at something like this, right? Painters, Chesterfield. I spelled painters wrong. Chesterfield, and I spelled that wrong as well, so I'm just going to click on that. New Jersey. Now, this is what I call a buyer intent keyword. It's where somebody's looking for something specific in a specific area. That means that they live in the area, they need that service, and they're looking right now. And those keywords are usually what we also use for Google ads, like this. So CertaPro's running their ads. They're trying to take over everything, by the way, and I don't like that. But, good thing is Google likes local. So here we have your GMB, Google My Business Profile. Very important to get in here because about 30–40% of people will click on one of these three guys. So it's definitely something to look into. And then we have your organic search, which anyone can rank here as long as you know what you're doing. And the top two people are CertaPro and fourgoldenbrothers.com. Now, this is obviously the ranking for an entire back page, but I'm going to click on them because I would rather look at what they have than what CertaPro has, because CertaPro's everywhere. These people are at least in Chesterfield. Now, this is an old website, owned and operated for 3 generations. It's fine. Services, unfortunately, it's not a drop-down menu. Promotions, gallery, testimonials, estimate. That's fine. So here are the services they do offer. So I guess this is fine. It's just kind of a waste not to just have all of that in the service area. It just gives it a non-clean look. And it just gives it more of a tablet idea when it's just a quarter of the page. Or, half of the pages over here aren't really something done. But here's something that the reason they're ranking for is because they're talking about what it is they're offering. Does your house need a new shine? We paint exteriors in Chesterfield, New Jersey, too. Call FGB Painting, Four Gold Brothers. And they're talking a little bit about. Now, if I were them, I would probably add an additional paragraph to each one. But overall, that's their home. That's their back page that they are ranking for. But let's take a look at the back end and see why they're winning. So they had nothing on that back page aside for content. But fourgoldenbrothers.com is in Chesterfield. So right off the bat, a UR rating is how much Google likes your website link. Now, for the back page, Google doesn't like it at all, or not like it. It's not very strong. As for the DR rating, it's how much Google does trust them. They have a 1.7 for the entire website, not including the back page. Now, they do have 646 backlinks. Now, a backlink is where you have your website link somewhere else where somebody can click on it, and a referring domain is when it comes back to you. Now, the ratio isn't great, which is why their DR rating is 1.7. You want these in the 30s and 40s. Now, they do have 186 different organic keywords, so that's going to be something. I guess they hit a lot more than the surrounding areas. So obviously you can say they hit Wilmington, DE, but notice how they're very specific on location. So they're hitting a specific location, but they're also hitting a specific um, service, and that's something you want. So there's 90 people a month searching for that. They're getting 8 a month because they're in position 5. So even they're not getting a huge amount of traffic. Drywall repair, Bucks County, PA, 70 a month, 5. They're all over the place. They're willing to drive. Paint and Company, Hunterton, New Jersey, 150 people a month searched for that. They're getting 4 because they're in, barely on page number 2. So as you can see, they're doing really well with the targeted locations and services, which is something you would also want to take advantage of. Now, again, they don't have that much coming in. They only have about 50 people coming in per month, but they are the one who's being seen the most. So here's how do you hit the front of everything? So honestly, we got to start looking at step number one is content. We got to get content on your website, right? About 1,500, 2,000 words, anything that's more than your competition, and make it relevant to what it is you're offering. Talk about the services, and in there, we got to get good organic keywords, right? So, floor installation, New Brunswick, New Jersey, Highland Park, stuff like that. And just different variations of the same kind of keywords, but the ones that have actual traffic to those keywords per month. And then finally, after that step 1 and 2, we got to get not keywords, we got to get backlinks, right? Take the really good ones from your competition, find out the ones they're using that are really giving them some juice, put them on yours as well. You can all use the same ones, it doesn't really matter, and then add an additional like 30 or 40 on top of that. And then you're good to go. Well, that's all I really got. Imagine if you can bring in an additional 50, 60 people through your website alone, hoping, maybe 100, 200, because there's definitely that many people out there. But if you have any questions for me, please feel free to reach out. If you, other than that, you have an amazing day. You have a good one, Pat. Bye.